Hi, I'm Nick from The Label Machine, and today I'm going to talk about how to run DJ and radio promo in-house. I'll go through the 5 steps you need to take to run your campaign, as well as going over do's and don'ts when running your DJ and radio campaign. When we do DJ promo, we're typically going to be sending that out to DJs that play in clubs and festivals and on radio shows. It's normally sent around 3 to 4 weeks before the release date, and it's sent out to build a bit of a buzz because DJs like to play the freshest music, and having music before release date is a massive plus. While you can send out DJ promo via simple emails, it is usually done by specialist software that has special functions. So for example, you can set the promo to allow a download of the tracks once a rating or feedback has been placed for that track. So a list of popular DJ mailer services at number top, Promoli, then we've got Promo Push, Labelworks, In-Flight App, Fat Drop is one that's been around for quite a while, and Label Engine. Now, each of these services has a slightly different way of managing the promos. You will need the email addresses of the actual DJs to send the promo out. And if you don't have these emails, you can start with a DJ promo company, or some of the DJ mailer services companies do have services you can opt into. So Promoli is one of them that's got a great list for labels that are starting out. Now, these services can also be used to contact traditional industry music publications and blogs to announce significant news about a release, but it's always better if you are reaching out to publications to be more personal and tailored. But it can be useful to cover your bases if a tailored approach is not going to be feasible for your release. Another option worth mentioning as well is, if you're not doing promo in-house, is to hire a specialist company. So these promo companies have a huge list of club and radio DJ contacts, and they'll charge you a fee to send out your music to them. Now, as you pay for every promo that you send out, it can get expensive, and in the long term, it is always best to build your own contact list and send out your promos in-house. All right, so let's look at some reasons why you would do your promo in-house. So number one, directness. If you are promoting in-house, it's going to allow for more direct and, passionate expression of your music. So if you're handling them yourself, you're going to ensure that the music story is going to be communicated effectively, and that's going to increase the likelihood of making a genuine connection with your audience. If you are going to get better results in-house, it's going to be by closely monitoring your campaigns and making real-time adjustments as well based on those feedbacks and data, so you can optimize your efforts for better outcomes with your future releases as well. You've just got more control over the data when you do it in-house. Again, with more control, if you're going to be doing it in-house, you're going to have more control over where the messaging is, how your branding is going to work, your target audience. This is going to allow you to personalize it as well, so you can, again, adapt to any changes. Or if the track starts picking up and you need to send it to a bigger list, you're easily going to be able to do that. The biggest one is you're going to be able to own your own list by building your own list as well. What this means is you're only going to be reaching out to people that are genuinely interested in your music, or if you're doing dance or hip hop music, your genre style that they're interested in. If you're a more personalized approach, you're going to get a better engagement and long-term connections with the club and radio DJs. Now, one of the main goals you want to do is connect to just 20 people. The reason is if you can make meaningful connections with just a select few, it's way more effective than doing large impersonal campaigns. So these key influencers and DJs can become advocates for your music as well, and that's going to amplify your reach ultimately. And we do this by getting testimonials. And if you can get 20 testimonials from respected DJ that you can share with fans, that is plenty to get the ball rolling. And speaking about testimonials as well, these are super important because they're going to lend credibility towards your work. They can act as social proof as well, so that you prove that not only is your music resonating with your listeners, but it's resonating with the tastemakers as well, which is going to be really helpful in convincing other people to give your music a chance as well. All right, I'm going to break down now the main steps of a in-house promo. So the very first thing you're going to want to do is you want to write your press release around the actual promo that you're doing. The very first one you want is a DJ mailer press release, and this is like a really short and snappy version. It needs to be concise, it needs to be to the point, and it needs to highlight what makes your music unique and why it needs to be listened to. So you want to let the DJ listen to the music themselves and judge it. You don't want to be overly descriptive in your press releases, or they'll just be read over, or ultimately they get ignored. You want to create some marketing copy, so beyond the press release, you want to consider other marketing materials that you might need, such as your social media links, website links, or an artist EPK. A really handy thing to do nowadays is to use AI to create your email copy. So leveraging AI tools is going to really streamline the create compelling, personalized press releases. And this is going to potentially increase your engagement of listenership from those DJs. Now, there are 3 types of press releases that you do need to write. So as well as the first short press release for DJs I mentioned earlier, you also might want to write a medium press release. So this is going to be a little bit more detailed, tailored for music journalists and bloggers. And then you want to write a long press release. So this is more for high interest and niche press. This is going to give you a full story behind the music or the campaign, behind the artist. And this is aimed at publications that cover in-depth stories around your niche or around your artist niche, such as music magazines and blog publications. So we've got the press release written. Number 2, you now want to curate your list of contact names and email addresses. First place to start is with friends and family, personal industry contacts. Begin with those that you know. These guys are going to be more likely to support and spread the word of your music as well. You might want to create a press persona. So this is essentially like a email address around your label. So it might be press@recordlabel.com, and you can use that to create consistency when you're sending out. I also do know some labels that actually literally create a press persona, like Sharon, the press assistant, which is maybe someone that you've just set up, but it's a way of having an email address and somebody else that's dealing with any of those promo campaigns. And also, gives a label a slightly inflated look and maybe gets taken a bit more seriously as well with some of the bigger names and publication. You also want to spend some time asking for contact details from DJs. So this is reaching out personally to radio club DJs and ask them, can they go on your list? And this is going to increase your chance of getting played. So where you can, use built-in lists supplied by the service. Do that to boost numbers as well. So again, Promoli, which we're talking a lot about, this can give you a list which gives you a good foundation to build on. It's going to be really handy as well if you're starting off new in the industry and you're only just getting your list built. The other place to reach out to is student radio stations. These stations are more open to playing new artists as well. So if you're doing any new music and new artists, it's a great way to build up an audience. Student radio stations are going to be someone that you need to reach out to about once a year, I guess. You want to reach out them fairly freshly. I wouldn't buy a student radio station list because student radio stations tend to be run by students who do tend to graduate. So they do tend to have a bit of a rolling list of contacts here. A couple of do's and don'ts. Don't shortcut. You're not going to get results. You really want to do a strategic effort in planning to make sure you get a successful promo. You do, as I mentioned earlier, do permission emails and ask to be added. So you want to reach out to people, ask their consent to get added to their list, respecting their preference and legal requirements. So this is essentially an individual email sent personally from you, explaining to them why you'd want to have your music in their promo list and ask permission to get you added on there as well. And never, ever, ever bulk email. It's super ineffective. It's also illegal under laws like the Can Spam Act in the USA. And personalized communication is going to be key here. BCCing everyone is not cool, and it's going to end up getting your email domain blacklisted as well. So number 3, you want to get onto creating your campaign. So this is all going to depend on which platform you're on, but the main things you want to cover: uploading your final master of the track or tracks if it's an EP. You want to set the release date to send it out. You then want to upload the artwork. Make sure that's a high-res 72 DPI, at least 2000 by 2000 pixel format, and then set reminders as well. So a lot of the services will allow you to set reminder emails that are sent out to remind your contacts that they're a promo to check out if they don't open up the original promo. All right, before we hit that send button, number 4, you're going to want to test. You don't want to send out your beautiful music to a DJ list only to discover you've uploaded the wrong master to the promo tool. So send it out to your own email address, open it up on your desktop browser, open it up on your phone, check all the formatting and images look okay. You want to check spelling and grammar with a fine-tooth comb as well. And you also want to check how much promo text is showing. So if on your mobile it's kind of cutting off a little bit, you might want to consider shortening it and just keeping a little bit more concise. So 5, final step, everything's ready to go. You want to schedule in the date to release the promo. Now, ideally, as I mentioned earlier, you want to be sending this 3 to 4 weeks ahead of the release, but if you are in the 3 to 4 week window, I would schedule to send the promo release out immediately. Once it's out, you're all set up. You're just waiting for the feedback to come in. And from here, you can start looking at your reports when feedback does start coming in. And you can look at opens, downloads, and feedback from people. But what are you going to do with that data? Well, number 1, if someone does reply, follow up in an email and thank them. Next, you can use the DJ feedback you have listed in future marketing. So you can use it on social media, shout out for support, or if you know it's going to be played on a radio show as well. You can create a teaser trailer featuring content by overlaying the feedback. So for example, Absolute Smasher, 5 out of 5, DJ Mob Scene, you have that flashing over the music trailer. This helps create more hype for the release and gives you fresh video content as well to promote the music. And then finally, you can do a video shout out. So read out the feedback from the DJs to your fans on TikTok, Reels, YouTube Shorts. You really want to share that love and get it out there. Okay, you should have a good understanding of how to run DJ and radio promo in-house, why you should be running your own promo in-house today, and the 5 steps to make it a success. If you like this video, please hit the subscribe button. Until next time.